Trying something different today. I am recording this first, just a few minutes long, to talk about my Labyrinth Tarot deck and seeing if the lag is any better when I upload it to YouTube. And I'm sure there's settings I can fix for when I am live streaming to make it not lag as well. So, all right, my Labyrinth Tarot deck. It's the last one of my existing library that I haven't given you the overview on yet. So here we go. I think it's it, yeah. Friends, Jane Austen, this one, Magical Unicorns, Seasons of the Witch, Yule Oracle, and Zombie. Yeah. All right. My sister gifted me this amazing thing for my birthday. And Labyrinth has always been one of my top 10 favorite movies of all time. And that is very high praise from me, if you ask me. One of my favorite things is that the inside is stripes like Toby's pajamas. It's just so stinking cute. And if you do not know the characters in the movie, that's okay. I can still read the deck for you if you like the look of it, the feel of it, or if you're a David Bowie fan. And it's just a really good, lawful, chaotic deck. It has a very big Jareth energy, the Goblin King. So cards are a perfect size. They almost feel a little wide. Like it feels, they're heavy. This is a heavy deck physically. And they're big cards. And they are, I still cannot determine, and I haven't memorized intentionally which way is up, which way is down. But there is the directionals on here. So, but I do read them reversed and upright. So upright, reversed. So when I send you your reading in a PDF, you'll have one image of the entire spread. Let's say it's a 3-card draw. I'll show just an overhead shot of, this card, this card, and then this card. So I'll get you, one of the first pictures in the deck is or in the PDF that you get with one of my readings is this image, just a cropped version of what's here and what I'm looking at. But when it comes time for me to write out what I'm getting from each card in the write-up, I turn them right side up because I'm looking at the card while in real life, I have it in front of me, and I have it on the screen in the document too. So I like it to be right side up, but I will indicate in the header, the title of each card, that it's reversed. So Knight of Poles, parentheses, reversed, shown upright. That's why I say that. And big explanation for a simple detail that doesn't need explaining. Been a weird, dark, and literally stormy day here in Florida, which I love, not complaining. And that put me in the mood for bed, but this was just the last deck that I had to do for my library, and I couldn't wait any longer. So let's take a look. And you know what? I'm going to give myself a reading. I haven't read for myself today. Why not? Go easy on me, deck. Or don't. What do I need to hear today? That's my go-to question for everybody for all my readings. Until I get further along in my self-training, I'm not, that one's poking out for me. I am not taking specific questions yet. Only from people I know in person, just because it's easier for me to feel more confident because I literally know them. And that does work to my advantage. It's not a spoiler. It's not a cheat. It's just, that's a part of my reading for someone else is using what I know about them, but only what I know about them. So if I do know you from Twitter, I'm going to just use what it's going to naturally come to me. Any interaction we've had on Twitter doesn't necessarily mean it's going to affect the reading. I don't know, but you can rest assured, and it says this on my website, I sure as heck do not go and look you up before my reading because I am so lazy, proudly lazy, and that sounds like extra work, and I do not do that if I can help it. And I do go back to my orders section of my website to see who you are and what you ordered, so I know who to email it to. That's about as much research as I do on you because lazy and proud. I don't know how else to say that. So I think the reason I say that is because I was always skeptical of psychics. Like, what if she looked me up and had, but I'm not psychic with these tarot readings. Like, that's not what I'm claiming here at all. All I'm doing is giving the person in front of me, or the email address in front of me, my interpretation of the cards that I saw, and that gave me a little, like that spark of something. Pick that card. Like 90% intuition, 5% gut feeling, and 5% probably some ancestors of mine screaming into the void for me. So, it's about my technique in a nutshell. Well, let's see what we got here. Ooh, swell. I have the 7 of Pots reversed, if I'm reading it right. V1, 1, 5 plus 2, 7. Yeah. High Priestess reversed. And Knight of Poles. These guys were so creepy. Right side up. So, I don't know why I picked 3 cards. One's too easy and quick for me. I always like to sort of at least triangulate, like use 3 things when I'm reading for myself. So I usually go for 3. And I don't ahead of time plan what type of 3 card reading I'm doing for myself. I'll kind of know as I go. And I don't mind, winging it when I do it for myself. But clients specifically pick what reading they want. So my 2 options for a 3-card reading are past, present, future. And I don't know if that is meaning immediate, current, and then immediate future, like immediate past, immediate future, or if it's like distant past, distant future, or a combination. I don't know. And I think that's more up to the client to interpret or apply or ignore on their own terms and time. Excuse me. And then the other one is, what's it called? The coming week, the coming month, the coming year. I really like that one because it's very specific, and it gives you like the super close, the middle, and then the distant future. And but a specific one. And I like specificity lately. It's very helpful. Anyway, I'm bored of talking. Let's see what we got. Oh, I opened up to, is that pots or junk? And I think pots are cups, which is kind of the emotional version of things. So the suits here are poles, junk, and poles, junk, and pots. This is a major arcana card. What's the other one? Feathers. Yeah, I guess all the little costumes had lots of feathers in them, so that was a reasonable choice. Not what I would have picked if I was designing the deck. And I like that. That works for me. Okay, here's pots. 7 of Pots reversed. And I'm really grateful that, again, this is one of the books that has both upright and reversed options available. Like just a quick little, like what one person's interpretation of the card would be. So, Erica, let's see. Reversed. 7 of Pots. Just want to look at it a little better. Got one big pot in the middle. A couple of creepy cauldrons, and some have lids, some don't. Okay. 7 of Pots comes forward when you're presented with many dreamy possibilities. Each option seems better than the last, but this card also carries a warning. Huh. All right. This is a week ahead, month ahead, year ahead reading for me. I already know that from the first half of this description. I'll tell you why in a minute. Each option seems better than the last, but this card also carries a warning. Don't allow idealistic thinking to get the better of you. Make sure you're seeing things as they really are, not getting caught up in fantasy. Fair enough, cards. Okay, yeah, I'll let you guys in on my thinking on that. I have been, I'm waiting to hear, waiting for feedback on Project A. That's with my agent and her editorial assistants. And we're waiting to hear from the submission that we're on with Project B. And in the meantime, I have been dilly-dallying. I have just been stalling on like, oh, I could start this third project while I wait, or that third project, but it has to be better than either of those first projects A or B combined. Oh, it has to be like a bestseller. What's going to be a best? And I'm like, it's, what do you call it? Choice paralysis, pretty much. I'm not coming to any conclusions about what I'm approaching a conclusion, but I haven't been certain if it's the right one. This one's telling me it is. Stick with the simplest project idea that I've got, and that's what I'm going to do. Don't allow idealistic thinking to get the better of you, because that's exactly what's happening. Like, I'm not starting this really fun idea for my third project. And I can hear some of you thinking, wow, 3 writing projects, that's a lot. It's not for me, because project A is just in a good holding pattern. It's just in the middle of revisions, and it's going to be a while before we go on sub with it. Project B is a shorter project, which I'm just really excited about. And it's, if that comes to fruition before project A, I'll prioritize that one. But I always need to have like something to work on, or my ADHD goes off the tracks and makes me forget what I was saying. Okay, so I get that this is a week ahead, month ahead, year ahead spread for me, myself. Okay, so that's this one. It was reversed. Next card up for representing, from what I can tell, is my month ahead. It's the High Priestess reversed. This is a major arcana card, and what I'm learning, I know I've said it before, contrary to minor arcana, the major arcana cards, these are sort of like day-to-day temporary issues, right? Major stuff, lifelong, deep soul level, like this is true for your current month, the upcoming month, but also it's like a micro version of your macro situation. So whatever that's worth. I always wondered what the distinction was between major and minor, and that makes sense to me. So let's stroll back here to the first half. Look at the magician. It's Jareth. David Bowie. God rest you. The star is my favorite card. Big old teddy bear. The Fireys. It's only like this when I read for myself, I promise. Come on, High Priestess. Where are you? Oh, what number? There's no number. Oh, there is. Is that a 2 or an 11? God, that's dark. Ow. Looks like an 11. It's that little thing at the top right there. Yep, 2. Well, I went way too far. Yep, there she is. Wow, she's delightful. Oh my God, I can't even... The illustrations are really a great style. However, I can't tell what I'm looking at here. It almost looks like a very short, squat person in a big dress, or someone standing in a bucket. Hard to tell. I'm drinking tea, so who knows? All right, if I gotta remember that this was reversed. The High Priestess reversed. But the general description for anyone interested is the High Priestess represents someone mysterious, respected, and powerful as the goblin Zitzi, who carries fearsome magical elements in her handbag. Reverse, the High Priestess represents, okay, what is this again? My month ahead, yeah. The High Priestess represents someone who's doubting themselves and choosing to ignore their intuition to their own detriment. It's time to reconnect with yourself. Take time away from the opinions and judgments of others and get back in touch with your own thoughts and feelings. You're so much more powerful than you give yourself credit for. It's time to grab hold of that power. Aw. That's really nicely said. I thought these descriptions would be a little bit snarkier, like more tongue-in-cheek. Jim Henson had an amazingly dark sense of humor, and it was just, but also very positive in general. So I wondered, I guess I'm not surprised that these have this more positive overtones to it. So what I'm getting from that is, the part that stuck out to me was that I'm choosing to ignore my intuition to my own detriment. You're right, deck. So this is telling me that for the month ahead, yeah, whatever it is, what I start to dive into this coming week, yeah, it's a good one to work on. It doesn't have to be anything groundbreaking. It just has to be a project I'm excited about. And my intuition is telling me to be excited about that project. And I have the papers I'm working on with it right behind me. So that's why I keep looking over there. All right, deck, I hear you. I hear you. And Knight of Poles. This one's upright. This is one of those cute little weirdo guys sitting on a dragony dinosaur reptilian creature. And the thing I do really love about this deck as well is that they give each of these names, like these little side characters who don't even have speaking parts in the movie. Like there's still representations of them in the deck, but oh hey, I didn't mean to pick that one, but hey, there's Toby. Aw, this is my favorite one, Sir Didymus and Ambrosius. All these random goblin creatures. I can't pick one now, of course. Nope, that's all right. They have names, and they're really cool, like, structured set of accents and umlauts and everything. It's so neat. Clever, clever, clever. Knight of Poles. I thought Poles was a very odd choice for the suit, and it's working. Because everybody has these, like, croquet-type mallets in the movie, and, like they're beating each other over the head with stuff, and it's very slapstick, so why not? Check. What the hell am I doing? Ace of Poles, Knight of Poles, there it is. Upright. So this card represents my year ahead. That's right. The Knight of Poles is a brave, impulsive figure ready to charge into the next, into the next adventure at a moment's notice. Wild and, I'm trying to read on the screen, I have it in front of me. Wild and primal, the Knight of Poles is invigorated by challenges and change. When this card comes forward, it's a sign that decisive action is called for. Now this one's not landing anywhere in my head or heart yet, but let me think about this for a second. It's like I'm, right now, to talk out loud, it's like I'm stepping back, waiting for my brain to make sense of it, connected to this card's position as the card representing my year ahead for this particular reading spread. And sometimes there's nothing that comes to me, and that's why readings take up to 2 business days. Like if nothing clicks, I walk away for a couple of minutes, an hour, maybe a day, until it clicks for me. I've never taken longer than an hour or so to get through a reading of like 3 cards, because eventually something clicks, even if it's like my brain making it up. That's what this is. This is not magic. This is intuition and making sense of words and pictures that might be helpful to someone else. And if it's not, that's okay. No refunds. Love you. Let me read it again. Knight of Poles, upright. Brave, impulsive figure ready to charge into the next adventure at a moment's notice. Okay, that's really true for me, and so I'm going to guess that's just how I'm going to be for this year. It's the first year that I've had a literary agent, so that's feeling right. Like, as soon as she gives me respite on one part, she's like, good, just relax for a week. I'll have this back to you. I'll be like, oh, great, what can I get for you now? And she's like, I don't need anything. I just need you to be patient while we get these comments back to you. And I don't know what to do with that. So, wild and primal, the Knight of Poles is invigorated by challenges and change. I guess so. When it comes forward, this is a sign that decisive action is called for. Decisive action will be called for in my coming year. Okay, here it is. Something just clicked to at least let me let go of it and end the video. How this would make sense in the context of what I anticipate for my coming year, good, bad, and ugly, is that sometime in the next 11 or 12 months, my agent is going to need me to make a decision about which of the projects that I'm working on, that's not right, which of my third project, like this book that I'm doing right now, that I'm just starting to brainstorm, do some zero drafting, sloppy copy stuff. I have like 4 different versions of it in my head, this third option project. And I just need to pick a target and go, because all of my ideas are fun ones that I would love to do, but some of them just make more sense, and they're going to make more sense, especially at that time in the context of what's good for the market, what is the publisher that we're connected to interested in from me. So I get to, so I get to make those decisions with her and with them. I think that's what I can, if I read that right. Let me just check it back again. Decisive action is going to be called for in the next year. Okay, also that my agent's going to leave it up to me to make a big decision. I don't know about what, but that's how it works. Like there's a, what do you call it? Thank you, deck. That was great. There's a misconception in the publishing world among my fellow writers that I talk to that agents work for their, authors work for their agents. Nope, it's a partnership. And even in the partnership, there's going to be different ebbs and flows of power, I think, where the agent's going to have the final say in something. And other times, the author is going to have the final say, or is going to get the final say in something. And that's what I got from that last card, is that I'm going to be the one to get the final say in something. And I don't love that. I like being told what to do because it just makes it easy. I like taking the guesswork out of it. And it wasn't always like that, and it's not like that for everything. So we're at 21 minutes and change. That's good for me. That's a suit of junk. 9 of junk. So funny looking. The illustrator is fascinating. His name is Thomas Mijo. M-I-J-O. And Hijo? I can't tell with the font. Wait a minute. I always thought it was Mio. I'll look in the deck book. But this illustrator has also done a Del Toro book based on the art of Mr. Del Toro. I cannot wait to look at that one. Hijo. Forgive me, not Mio. Hijo. Tomas Hijo. And Minerva Segal, who also illustrated the new deck I got yesterday in the mail from an Etsy store. That is amazing. So this is the same writer. And she also has a Stranger Things deck coming out in August. I cannot wait for that one. So, forgot to put this back. So, look at this fun deck collection. I love doing this. Please buy reading. If you're watching this, if you watched this far, use the code DORK30 in all caps at checkout. DORK30, DORKTH, IRTY, for 30% off. Because reasons. I'm so happy. With little ribbons. Insight Editions did this one. I wonder if it's the same over here. Let's check. Decks are about the same. The box is about the same dimensions, give or take. Yeah. It says Insight. Yeah, also Insight Edition. Good. Insight. I get it. It sounds like Inside Edition. Remember that show? Yeah, look at that little icon. Cool. And 0 famous doggy. Nope, but this is the Labyrinth deck overview. Let me know if you're interested in a reading from this or any of my other decks, and I will get you going. Current wait time is less than 2 business days, and that changes at the beginning of the week when more orders come in. So get your spot, and you'll have it sooner. Or wait, and you'll have it later, and that's okay too. Shiny box. This one's retail price is $24.99. Beep boop. Thank you guys. Going to hit stop. Have a great weekend. See you next time.